What's going on, YouTube? My name is just Kiro, aka Kurimatar, and today I kind of wanted to talk about, I want to ask a question. It's a bit of a trick question because the answer is pretty obvious, but what makes a Web3 game a success? And I'll think about it for a minute. You know what the trick question is? Is there is no Web3 game success. You're either successful as a game or you're not. Um, you can't measure success in relation to the industry or like, I mean, at best you could measure it in relation to like the niche market, but even then that's not really a valid point, especially like, I mean, it all relates to the amount of money that you're putting into the project, into the development, into the marketing, into all that. So it's a trick question because there is no answer, because if you're grouping together web3 in game, and you're using that as like a title, like you're saying a Web3 game, aka it's different than a Web2 game, so you can't measure it by the same standards. That's already how you've lost, and that's already why there are no critically acclaimed Web3 games, because they're still calling themselves Web3 games. They need to like emphasize the fact that they've got blockchain in their game. They have to emphasize the fact that you can earn tokens and money and NFTs and this and that. That is already how you've lost the plot, and that's already why we're in the situation where no fucking gamer in their right mind is at all interested in crypto projects, crypto games, and Web3 games, and played it. And we don't give a rat's ass, because a lot of the time what these people have done in the past, like with games I mean, Axie's the most obvious example. What they do is they're not advertising a game, right? They're saying, hey, play this like flash game, make sure that you use up all your stamina so you can earn the max amount. You're not advertising a game, you're advertising a job. You're advertising an obligation for somebody to make sure that they're logging in and clocking their hours to make sure that they're getting the max out of their tokens or whatever. That's not a game. That is legitimately that's literally a job. Like, do the shit that we want you to do so we can give you money. That's a job, right? That sounds like a job to me. So already the question is moot. It's a trick question, because there's no Web3 game success. It's a game. It's what makes a game a success. And then if we're talking about what makes a game a success, that's a whole other like topic, like that we could cover. Like, it would take hours, if not days, to cover. You know what I mean? Like, we could talk about different measures of success, whether it's critical acclaim, player base, cult followings, spin-off media, sequels, or this or that. There's a lot that we can do. Recognizability of the IP, like Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty. You don't need to play the games to know those games, right? You don't even need to know. You don't even need to be a gamer or give a crap about gaming. Everybody, or for the most part, the majority of people know. You say Call of Duty, they know that you're referring to a wartime shooter, right? That's the game. Like, so when a lot of people who don't game, like, let's say parents that don't know shit about games or whatever, when they talk about a first person shooter, they'd be like, oh, like Call of Duty. It's become so synonymous because despite your personal feelings about Call of Duty, the great games, like, they've put out hit after hit. Like, forget about Black Ops 4 and that nightmare. They obviously had some blunders. World War II is a nightmare, but Call of Duty is still recognizable. I mean, once upon a time, there was another brand just as large, if not bigger, called Medal of Honor. And I don't know if any of you guys are old enough to or remember Medal of Honor, but once upon a time, I loved Medal of Honor. It was way better than Call of Duty, in my opinion. But, Call of Duty just came in and just kept doing things right, and Medal of Honor couldn't keep up, and now Medal of Honor just doesn't exist anymore. Last time they put out a game, I think it was 2012, maybe. I mean, I might be wrong here. But it's around the PlayStation 3 to 4 era. Like, it was a while ago, like right at the beginning of PlayStation 4, or like cusp of PlayStation 3 to 4. So maybe 2012, I want to say maybe 9. I don't remember. But they put out a game trying to like kind of reclaim some of their old glory, but that game was just not really what it needed to be. And at the end, it was actually the final nail in the coffin for the Medal of Honor series. I mean, I do hope that they come back. Like, I kind of would like to see somebody give Call of Duty a run for their money. Once upon a time, Battlefield were on track, and then holy shit, EA, how the fuck do you keep fucking up? What the fuck was 2042? Please just, sorry, tangent. They kill off their perfectly good fucking IPs. Anyway, like, so there's a lot of ways that we can measure success. I mean, even though we can talk all the shit in the world about Battlefield, I'd wager that financially it's still made money. Like, so is that a measure of success for a game? Because I don't know. Most people I know, most gamers and most people will say Battlefield 2042 kind of sucks. Like, some people have fun with it. They'll play it for fun, but they're not taking it seriously from a competitive angle. I mean, is that still success? I'd say yeah. I mean, if it's providing enough fun to merit people going back and playing, even if it is just to make fun of it. I mean, Goat Simulator was a thing, and like Goat Simulator 2023 or whatever is out, and apparently it's incredible. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard really good things about it. And Goat Simulator, like, that was just a bizarre time for fucking games, man. Anyway, like, it was a good time, man. People were getting creative back in those days. Like, things like Gary. I mean, Gary's mod is way older, but anyway, back on point. So, title of the video and the main crux of the question is, what makes a Web3 game successful? It's a trick question. Point is moot. There is no Web3 game. There's no successful Web3 game. It's a successful game or not. You can't measure it by separate or different metrics because you've decided to adopt new technology. That would be like saying Unreal 5 games and Unreal 4 games can't be compared because Unreal 5 is a new technology. Well, it's built it's a new evolution of the engine, so you can't really compare the two. No, of course you fucking can. I mean, yeah, we know that Unreal 5 will have, certain advantages, but that doesn't mean that Unreal 4 games are bad, dude. Most of the best games of the past 2 decades were Unreal 4. So, I don't know. Forget that. Like, that's not an argument that you can make, that because we're Web3 games, we can't be measured by the same standard as a Web2. No, you are a game. If you choose to advertise yourself as a Web3 game, then you've already fucked up. Like, I don't know, fire your marketing people. Because you've already just lost the plot. You've already appealed to the wrong audience. You're selling an investment opportunity. You're selling a job. You're selling an obligation. You're not selling a game. But yeah, I mean, trick question. Point is moot. It's a game. And what makes a game successful? Well, that's a question for a different video. And yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you like my content, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit me up in the comments if you guys want to, have any questions, if you want to just talk. I'm always reading my comments, all 8 of them. Yeah, no, I'd be really, really cool. Get in touch with you guys. Tell me what you guys want to talk about. Tell me what you guys want me to talk about. I want to do a playthrough of Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not going to lie. I've been obsessed with that game. I don't understand all the drama surrounding it, but that's, again, a video for a different topic. Like, that'll be a separate thing. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the content. Make sure you hit the like, comment, subscribe, standard YouTuber jargon, and see you in the next one.